This is Greg Troutwine with Marine Technology TV. We're here at the Oceanology International in San Diego, and we're here with Chris Malzone of QPS. And Chris, first and foremost, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Greg.
Well, Chris, here with QPS, and I'm quite certain that a lot of our readers and our viewers know who QPS is. But for the uninitiated, can you give an overview of the company and your offering to this market?
Yeah, QPS is based out of the Netherlands. We're actually a Sawbone company as well. Mm-hmm. And we provide software solutions to the maritime industry for looking at, particularly to the hydrographic industry, looking at acquisition, which was the Quincy product line, processing, which is the new product we released, which is Chimera, visualization analysis, which is Fleeter Mouse, which has been a household name for many years now, and then as well as to be able to share data going out to the Esri products as well. And then we also have products such as Castor, which is marine piloting, precise navigation tools, and then ENC production tools such as Carto.
Just focusing really on the Chimera, which I believe you said was released last June. Can you just give some insight as to the Chimera project and specifically the benefits that it has to this audience here?
Yeah, Chimera was designed with basically the processor in mind to help things more efficiently. Data processing up until recently, was a very laborious, boring, mundane process where it was very task-oriented, very checklist-oriented. And what we've done with Chimera is we take what's already there within the data acquisition. We can read in most major formats, including those made by most other software manufacturers, as well as people like Kongsberg, R2Sonics, the EdgeTech, of the world. And we basically read what's already there. So, for instance, rather than have to go in and redo your vessel offsets and create new vessel configuration files, things like that, we actually read that directly for the data acquisition system itself. So we automate the process management. Then at the same time, we guide the user through the processing itself. So basically what we do is that the user doesn't have to remember that processing needs to be done, what processing needs to be done, but just some processing needs to be done. So we basically eliminate the checklist. Do I apply my tide? Do I apply my sound velocity? Things like that. It does that for you. It also, and like I said, it guides you through the process, whether you want to create a dynamic surface. And the biggest thing is that it automates the mundane, and then allows humans to do what we're good at, and that's troubleshooting, finding features, and making decisions about the data itself versus trying to make decisions about what needs to be done next and things like that.
Well, obviously, this is a broad market. You have the science community, you have the commercial community broadly, you have the naval community. Is there, when you look at the market by segment, is there one that you're better known in, or is there one that this is more apt for, or is this for pretty much any user?
It's pretty much for any user. The beauty about Chimera is that it's easy. And it's literally that easy, and that's kind of the tagline I've been rolling with these days, is that versus somebody having to take a 5-day course on how to process multi-beam data, we could get somebody up and running within a few days. We have interns on the Nautilus, on the Falcor that have no hydrographic experience whatsoever, and they're up and running and processing data within just a few short hours.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you're on the Falcor?
We're on the Falcor. We're on the Okeanos Explorer. We're on the Nautilus, and then we're also on several UNOLS-related vessels as well.
Efficiently handling volumes of data is something that's affecting all industry, not just this industry, whether it's maritime, whatever industry you see. Can you just give a little size and scope? Where do you see this quote-unquote data evolution going, and what's QPS's role in it?
QPS is interesting. Our Chimera in particular is interesting. Is that in terms of data processing, we take advantage of what's already available within the computer itself. So we look at different computing technologies, multiple cores, and things like that. Mm-hmm. So we already have the framework in place to be able to handle big data by distributing loads across multiple cores. So we imagine now things are eventually going to move to the cloud as soon as it gets cheaper to put things in the cloud versus onto a CD, or a DVD. People have stacks of DVDs that are still really cheap sitting on the floor of their offices these days. But I think eventually it's going to get cheaper to put to the cloud, and with that you can have cloud computing. Mm-hmm. So not only are you looking at multiple cores on a machine, but you're looking at multiple cores across multiple machines, which is going to further improve and further make the whole entire process more efficient and faster.
Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
This is Greg Troutwine with Marine Technology TV.